Hello, my name is Mandy. This is Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is Smart Plans Overview. So, we're going to go over that today. If you are here with me live, drop those questions in the chat. I just saw your comment, David. You're saying the schedule that you received says sales pipeline. That's usually taught on a Friday. So today, Wednesday, July 17th, we've got Smart Plans Overview on the schedule. So I apologize if you got something different. Um, Definitely recommend using the training calendar that we have on our website. Let me just show you guys where to grab that at. Um, as I'm pulling that up, let me just say again, if you're watching this on recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com and we can definitely see how we can assist you better. So what I'm just putting on the screen, guys, for you is our website, scottleroymarketing.com. You can come right here to agent resources. There's gobs of stuff right here for you guys. Enter your market center number if you are prompted for a password. And I'm going to drop this link here in the chat as soon as I grab it for you. And come back to agent resources, training, training calendar right here. This is usually updated, excuse me, about halfway through the previous month for the next month. So you can see here that July classes are posted. You can click right on the class and come right to the Zoom. Okay. Also, little button right here, add it to your KW Google Calendar or your Gmail calendar, whichever one you use. Doesn't have to be your KW one. And also, you can vote for upcoming classes. There's 2 days in August that you can vote for classes that you want to have on those days. And if you scroll on down to the bottom, you will actually find our July classes and our August classes already posted for you guys. Okay. Excuse me, just needed to get that frog out my throat. All right. So let me grab this link. I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys. There we go. And yeah, that's definitely the best place to check that out. David, I just saw you come back in, so I'm going to put that link right back in the chat for you. That way you've got it for our training calendar. All right, let's go ahead and jump into command. So, smart plans, what are they and how can they be leveraged for your business? They are massive leverage, guys. They are one of my most favorite things in command. Smart plans are basically automated leverage for you in your system. It is a way that you can automate sending bulk texts through your command. It's a way to send bulk emails. You can actually have it set up tasks and call reminders for yourself. There's a lot in them that you can actually leverage for your business so that you don't have to keep recreating the wheel every time you try to do something. When you leave today's class, I'm hoping you will have the tools to go ahead and jump right into smart plans, start adding contacts to some of the pre-made smart plans so that you can go ahead and get started right after we finish here. Elizabeth, absolutely. You can rewatch the class archives on YouTube. Today's will be posted in about 24 hours on our YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and put that YouTube link right there for you in the chat. And the archive is already there. So if you go to our YouTube channel and use a little magnifying glass, you're welcome, and look up Smart Plans Overview. Just look at the date. I think we just taught this maybe like 3 weeks ago. So there should be a pretty recent archive there. And that way you can go pause it, slow it down, follow along in your own command, and it should help you. All right. So Smart Plans does a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to show you that in detail today. It is different from email campaigns. Over here on the left-hand side on your menu, with these icons, you may be familiar with campaigns that are right here, and there are like email campaigns. It's different from this because email campaigns are more of like a one and done email. Think of like an open house or a just listed an event, something that would be one time and it's over. Smart plans, think of something that you may want to send out more than once. Like if you create a custom smart plan, so that anytime you get a new lead in your command, they're automatically added to that smart plan. And an email goes out to them right away introducing you. Maybe it even has a little introductory video of yourself. Maybe it has a free resource so that you can come from contribution and be giving free resources to that lead immediately. There's all kinds of things you can do in smart plans, but it is more of a long play, something you're going to be doing over and over, like tasks, calls, emails, things like that. So that's just the difference. And there is a little prep work. There's a couple of things I want you to check before you jump right into doing smart plans. And I'm just going to briefly go over those items. They are more than likely already set up for you, already done, and you don't have to worry about it. But I want you to go check on them just to make sure so you don't have any uh-ohs. So the first thing would be in your settings in Command. Over here in the top right-hand corner where your name is, if you'll give that a click, you can come down here to Settings. Your smart plans, like I'm telling you, they use a lot of different platforms. They can send out text and emails, right? So the emails use your command email platform. So we just want to make sure that that's showing your name correctly and that your email address is set up so that you can receive the replies. So from here on this settings applications page, we're just going to scroll down to right here where command email is. Click manage. At the top, it shows you how much you have used for that month. You do get free 5,000 sends a month. Okay. If you use more than that, if you find you're using smart plans at a high degree, or maybe you just have a massively large database, you can definitely increase those sends a month right here by clicking manage subscription. There is an additional fee. So it's free for the first 5,000 a month. But if you want to go over that, you can. Okay. You'll just need to make that decision for your business. Down at the bottom is email configuration. You can decide how the name appears on those emails that go out. That would be adjusted right here. So just put your cursor in there and change it to whatever you would like. And you can also change the reply to email. Now, I'm fixing to show you a sample. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to show you a sample of a smart plan email that goes out to show you the email address it goes out from. See if I can zoom in a little bit more for you guys. Right here is the email address it goes out from your KW from, out from your command from. That number will be specific to you when you see all those digits, but there's no way to adjust this. It's agent, whole bunch of numbers at mailer.kw.com. That's your command email. When they reply to the smart plan emails, this is the email that you can control. So you can control the way the name looks and you can control the email the replies come back to. Okay. So we're going to minimize that smart plan example. We'll reference it later. But right here is where you can adjust the reply to email. You can use one of the emails already associated with your KW account or use the pencil to write one in. Okay. Remember, if you're here with me live and you got questions, just go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'll get them answered for you in real time. If they're about a different topic or I don't see them, don't worry, I'll stay a couple of minutes after class to help get those answered. If you made any changes, click Save Changes, and we're going to close this window. The next thing, remember when I said smart plans can actually automatically send out bulk text to your contacts? It can do that if you have a Twilio account. Twilio is a platform that will send and receive text messages for you. It is an additional fee. You would subscribe right here in Marketplace to get that Twilio account. It's okay if you use a smart plan that has texts built into it. It would just create a reminder for you if you don't have a Twilio account. It would create that task for you and say, send text to so and so. And you would just need to use your personal device to send those text messages. Okay. Marcus is asking, no way of changing the email it comes from automatically. Nope. It will always stay that agent, several numbers at mailer smart.kw.com as your command email platform. It's actually a good thing because KW takes extra steps to make sure that that email is optimized to be received by other email platforms, if I could say it that way. When Google came out with all their rules, new rules and restrictions in January that were trying to reduce spam in inboxes for people, KW has taken those extra steps to ensure that your command email is actually optimized to be received by the most people possible. So it is a good thing. Can we use our own pre-existing number for Twilio or do they generate a number for us? Great question, Rebecca. If you have an existing Twilio account, the account itself is not compatible with command, but you can transfer over an existing Twilio number to a KW Twilio account. So if you need more information about that, just let me know and I'll make sure I'll get you some links after class, okay? And get you some details about that. I just want to jump into subscribe in Marketplace really quick just to show you how reasonable this is. Okay. So awesome, Rebecca. Remind me if I don't, but I'll see that in the chat at the end of class and I'll make sure I get those to you. Um, so right here, it just took us into KW Marketplace when I clicked on the subscribe button. You can come in here and check all these details out later. I just want to show you how reasonable the deals are. So you can get them as low as $316 a month. Okay. That's 300 credits. You'll just want to come in here and make sure you're familiar with how those credits are used because it's not just by character. Okay. But there's other deals that can go up to over $100 a month. So just come in here and check it out. It can be huge leverage for you. It is 100% optional, guys. Don't feel obligated to do this. I just want you to see it's an option. You can leverage your system to do this for you. Okay. All right. We're going to close that. Again, Twilio right down here. This is where you get started if you want to add that account. Okay. Next, marketing profile. Over here under connect settings on the left-hand side and marketing profile. This is 99% usually already set up for you. Just make sure it's toggled on over here on the right-hand side. This is where your information, your data bank basically lives and what all of your command marketing feeds off of. So this is where it pulls your name, it pulls your license number, pulls your headshot, things like that. So just skim over it, make sure your name's like you want it, review all the fields. We have a tip video that shows how to go through this in detail field by field. So go check that out if you need it. I just want to point out a couple of things that typically show up on Smart Plans that could be an issue for you. The first is going to be your website right here. A lot of people put www before their website. That's actually not compatible with KW agent sites. So make sure, take this website that's right here, copy it, throw it into another browser like so, and go to that website to make sure it's a valid website address. Okay. Just make sure it works the way you want it to work. Having the HTTPS :/ before it actually makes it a clickable link so that when you send things out like a smart plan email or a text, um, that link will be clickable for a consumer to one touch on their device and go right to your website. Okay. The other thing, obviously, phone number, email, make sure that it's clear and easy to get in touch with you. All right. And if you come on down, legal footers if you need them, and click save if you did change anything. Okay. And one more thing that lives back here in your settings that you may want to check is under command settings and smart plans. There's a time and date setting right here. Please choose your appropriate time zone. Okay. The texts that go out from smart plans are limited to only go out between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. to be compliant. And so you'll want to make sure that the time zone is set appropriately so that you're not texting somebody at an ungodly hour. Okay. If you make any changes right here, just make sure to click that save button on the top right-hand corner. All right. That's it for settings. That's it for prep work and just eyeballing everything, making sure it's like you want it to be, okay? Next thing I'm going to touch on is the design tab right over here. Little paintbrush in a square. If you're not familiar with these icons yet, you can always click that red KW at the top and pop out the names. But the designs lives right here. This is where you can create content pieces like newsletters, like email contents, things like that. You can actually create it for your smart plan. We have gobs of classes and tip videos on designs themselves, so I'm not going to jump into them in detail. I just want to point out one thing that trips a lot of people up. If you are creating a design for a smart plan email to go out, when you create the design, you got to make sure it's that email type. Okay. That's all I just want to point out. There's a lot of different types of designs you can create. If you're sending it in a smart plan design, it needs to be an email design. Excuse me. If you're sending it in a smart plan email, it needs to be an email design. There we go. That's all I want to point out right here. So that's one other step that you can do when you're getting ready to create a smart plan. If you have something in mind, come in here, create that email content, and have the design already ready. And then it'll make it easier on yourself when you go to add it to a smart plan. Okay. Next stop is contacts. We're going to go to the contacts tab right here. You want to have your contacts already loaded into Command. If you need any assistance in importing them or adding them, please reach out to us. We're happy to take a look at that for you. Especially if we work with your market center, we can actually help import them for you. We do have a database class that goes over step by step how to import them yourself if you prefer to do it that way. That's all on the YouTube channel. So right here, you'll just want to make sure that you have your contacts in here. You can even come and add a tag to the contact to make them easier to add to smart plans. A tag is just a way to label them, group them together. I just want to show you how to add those. If you've come here and you want to add contacts to like a birthday smart plan, there is a KW authored birthday smart plan that a few days before that contact's birthday, it will start creating reminders for you to like, hey, go connect with them on social media. Hey, go call them. Next task, write a paper card and put it in the mail. Things like that. It will also remind you on the day to reach out to that person as well. So you would want to make sure that you're adding contacts there that have a birthday on file. You can do that by using your filters right here. And you can come, I'm going to minimize the filters we had open so it looks a little better for you. But you can come right here under birthday and choose when you want the birthdays to be. An easier way to do it is advanced birthday is not empty. It means the birthday field on the contacts is not empty. It has some sort of data in it, which means we've got a birth date for that contact. And you can hit apply and it will show the contacts that have birthdays on their contact profile. These would be great to add to that smart plan. So you can select all and your bulk action menu appears right here and add tags. You can start typing birthday. And if you have that tag already added or already created, excuse me, you can simply click the one that you want and submit. If it hasn't been created already, let's see, then you can create the tag right now, choose its color, and create that tag. It shows you at the bottom that two have been selected. So it has both of the birthday ones we selected, and you can hit submit. It's applied those tags to these contacts. There's our confirmation right there on the bottom right. And now we have those contacts tagged, and it'll be super easy to add them to a smart plan. There's going to be smart plans that I show you today that are like the monthly neighborhood nurture. It actually will send a monthly email to your contacts with neighborhood specific information. This is that example that I showed you just a moment ago. This is a sample of that. Let me zoom back out a little bit. It sends them an automated email showing them your branding. It'll say their name, check out these updates for the neighborhoods you follow, and include the neighborhood stats, market information, and current listings for the neighborhoods that that particular contact has had or that particular contact has followed. Okay. This is one of the easiest ones that you can go ahead and basically put anybody on out of your database because they're either own a home already and they're curious about their local neighborhoods. Maybe they're thinking about moving somewhere and they want to check out that new market. Maybe they're thinking about listing, so they want to check out the market then. Or maybe they're looking to buy and they want to check out the market. So even your tire kickers or your current real estate owners, they're going to want neighborhood information. So I'm going to show you how to make sure your contacts have everything they need to be able to send them this monthly neighborhood nurture today so you can go ahead and get started. Okay. Milan has a question. Do you have to select tags that say smart plans, birthday smart plan opposed to birthday? Absolutely not. You can make the tag anything that will make sense to you. So it could say birth date, birthday. It could be abbreviated, whatever you want it to be, Milan. It's whatever would make sense in your database for you. I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Absolutely. You're welcome. There's a lot of neighborhoods on this one. So I'm going to view entire message, pull that over for you to see, scroll all the way to the bottom. If they have a ton of neighborhoods, this is just confirmation. They will all go in one email, so they won't get email blasted. They'll just have one email with all the neighborhoods in it. I just wanted to show you the branding at the bottom. It it creates this signature for you. It will include a logo or a headshot. We have our logo. If you have your headshot, it'll show there. Includes your details from that marketing profile we were talking about. Even has a link to download your app right there on the email, and then includes any footers that you got, including your market center information or team information. Okay. All right. So that's what the smart plan is going to look like. So for monthly neighborhood nurture, I'm going to show you what you need to have on your contacts. So that way, when you finish class today, you can go ahead and add contacts right away to something like that. So first, the contacts need to have a primary email address on file because that's where the email will go. You can check that with your filters. I'm going to show you that in a second. And also, they need to have a neighborhood on their contact profile. I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to jump into this contact right here. Any contact you jump in has a section for neighborhoods right here on the left-hand side. If you have a primary address on file for that contact, it may generate automatically a primary neighborhood for them if that address is within a defined neighborhood that is within this database, okay? So down here, we just have a pretend or pretend address. It happens to be in a neighborhood, so it has given them a primary neighborhood right here. If you don't see a neighborhood listed right here, you can add it. You would just click on Add Neighborhood right here. If you know the name of that neighborhood already, you can begin typing and go ahead and select it. If you don't, you can click Find on a map, enter the address right here within the search for location. You can begin typing it. It can even be a street address and start looking for that address here. We'll just randomly choose one. Your little pen will go to that on the map. Hold your control key down and zoom in. You can even use the little arrows over here if you need to. Everywhere that you see green, that's a neighborhood. Zoom in again. See if I can get the names to show for you. So if I click on this neighborhood, that's the Pineville neighborhood. See how I pushed a button I didn't like. See when I hover, it shows me the name of the neighborhood. So you can sit here and select as many neighborhoods as you want, or remove them if you need to by clicking the X at the bottom. But once you've selected that neighborhood, you can click Save and it will add that neighborhood to this contact. Notice the timeline on the right, it updated to show that we added that neighborhood. And you can remove extra neighborhoods if you want to. You don't have to have this many. You can obviously tell that this is a demo account, so we've added a gazillion. Okay, so now that you have a neighborhood on this contact, we also want to check for primary email addresses. So I'm going to go back to contacts to view my contacts. I'm going to go into filters and we're under advanced filters. I'm going to reset them and you can check for primary email, contains, and choose is not empty. This way we know they have a primary email on file. And I'm going to add the filter of neighborhoods and choose is not empty. Using these two filters right here, if you guys want to take a screenshot or if later watch the archive of the class back over, but these are the two settings that you will want to use to filters to find your contacts that have that primary email address on file and already have a neighborhood on file so that you can go ahead and get them started on the monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan today. Go ahead and hit apply for those filters, and your contacts with those filters should go ahead and come up. I'm actually going to swap back over to my class view for my one contact here. So once you see your contacts that have a primary email address on file and have that neighborhood, click your select all. I'm going to show you one extra step. See over here where it says show one of one. If you have a ton of contacts, make sure you're showing 500 contacts per page. Okay, then select all. So you're selecting up to 500 at a time. Actions, and you can add that tag. Monthly Neighborhood Nurture is also abbreviated MNN sometimes. You can spell it out if you want. I'm trying to find one that I don't have yet. Neighborhood Nurture. Okay, so if I spell the tag all the way out, I don't have that tag created just yet. So I can create a tag, pick which color I want, and create that tag and hit submit. And now it'll update. There we go. Just FYI, if for some reason you don't see that tag automatically added, you can always hit the refresh button on your browser and it will show. I see some great questions coming in the chat. I'm definitely going to get those answered for you. But since they're not specific smart plan, I'm going to keep going. But yeah, those are great questions. Keep them coming. So, all right. So right here for our contact, we've see the tag added. That way they're ready to add to that monthly neighborhood nurture. Okay. Let's jump into the Smart Plans tab now and go through that and show you how to get these set up. So Smart Plans tab is over here on the left, fourth icon down. And I'm going to do some general navigation for you just so you know your way around. And then we'll jump into adding Smart Plans. Smart Plans tab is right here. You have two tabs at the top. My Smart Plans, which are yours. You will see them listed right here. These are Smart Plans that you've either created custom from scratch or you've downloaded them from your Smart Plan library. This is where associates and agents can publish Smart Plans and other agents and associates can go and grab them so that you don't have to recreate the wheel. I'm going to jump into this in detail with you in just a minute. So you do have a search bar where you can search through your Smart Plans if you need to. Over here, you have your create button. If you want to create a smart plan from scratch, I'll show you that at the end of class. And then again, right here with your smart plans, you have two tabs, the people plan right there. And then these are the ones that you have to add your contacts to. And then you also have a publish tab. This is if you decide to create a smart plan and actually publish it to where other agents and associates can use it as well. Maybe you've created something that you're getting a great return on and you believe that other people would benefit too. You may want to consider to publish it. Right here with your smart plans that you already have downloaded or created, you can see that these do not have any contacts added. That means the smart plan is deactivated. It's not currently active. It doesn't have any contacts added to it. Adding a contact to your smart plan activates it. It means that that contact is moving through that smart plan. The great thing about smart plans is you don't have to add all your contacts at once. Whenever you add your contact to it is when that smart plan will start for that contact. So you can keep adding and removing contacts at will. It will not cause them to start in the middle of a smart plan or anything like that. It will start them at the beginning every time. Okay? For that particular contact. I can sort this column right here just to find one that I might have a contact added to show you. There we go. This is what it will look like if you have contacts added. It will show you the number of contacts you have added to it with a little eyeball beside it. I can click that eyeball to see which contacts are currently on that smart plan. This is also where you can remove some of them or remove all if you choose to. Okay, I'm going to click close. There's also a brand new feature as of, I believe, this week in the contacts tab where you can see who is on a smart plan and who is not. So let me jump right back over there and show you that in our contacts tab. It's under filters. Minimize our little filters that we have right now. And right here under smart plans, you can see who is not on a smart plan, if they're on any smart plans, or maybe there's a smart plan in particular that you want to see which contacts are on that smart plan, and you can choose it and hit apply. So this is another great way to come in here and maybe choose no smart plans and find out which contacts of yours need to be added to a smart plan. Remember, once you're viewing those contacts, to add that tag because the tag is going to be the easiest way to get contacts onto a smart plan for you. Okay. All right, close our filters, jump back over to smart plans. Got a great question, Brittany. If someone unsubscribes from a smart plan email, do they automatically get removed? Also, do we need any agreement from contact before adding them? I think it's always a great idea to get an agreement, but no, if you're already in contact with those people, there's nothing that they have to agree to receive that email from you. It's never a bad idea to definitely check with your, I'll say your office and your MLS board to make sure you're compliant, because sometimes local areas do have different compliance rules. But there's nothing that you're selecting for them before sending them this email that asks you to say, do they have permission before sending this to them? Um, so use your best judgment would be my answer for that. Okay. And so, um, thank y'all for the questions. Keep them coming. So then your next part was, do you need, about them unsubscribing? When they unsubscribe at the bottom of the smart plan email, let me throw that back up. I had the abbreviated one. Let me put that back up. All right. So way down here at the very, very little bottom of a smart plan email, you will have an unsubscribe button right here. This will not show up in your test emails, by the way, but once you send out a smart plan email, you should see it. When you go to unsubscribe, they're actually given a couple of options. They will be able to unsubscribe from that particular type of email, which is command email, or smart plan email, excuse me. So they can unsubscribe from smart plan emails, which will remove them from this smart plan, and they won't receive any further emails, or they can receive from all marketing emails from this sender, which means they will never receive anything from your command email again. Okay, so they do have an option to opt out of the smart plans or opt out of all command emails. If for some reason somebody has accidentally done that, there's a way to resubscribe them. Just let us know and we can get you details on that, okay? All right. So right back here on our Smart Plans tab, you'll notice a few other buttons over here on the right-hand side. One is a little person in a plus sign. You can add contacts right here for this Smart Plan. There's limits here though. It will limit you to little increments of 20 sometime, I believe. See how it says viewing 120 of 58. So you can come down to the bottom. You can only select up to 20 at a time to add. That can get labor intensive. The best way is through your contacts tab, and I will show you before the end of class how to add up to 500 contacts at a time in chunks of 500. You can add up to thousands and thousands of people to a smart plan. There's no limit right now, but you can do them in chunks of up to 500 at a time. Makes it a little easier. So I'll show you that before the end of class. Okay. You're welcome, Brittany. No problem. Excuse me. Just need to clear my throat. And the little pencil right here is how we jump in and edit that smart plan. And the three dots, depending on if you have contacts on the smart plan or not, depends on which options you'll have here. But sometimes you can copy, publish to a library if you want to, or delete the smart plan. Okay. Now, I want to jump into the library and show you where to download the ready-made smart plans so you're ready to go today. Okay. Then, towards the end of class, I'll jump into the custom email and kind of break down all the steps to show you all the different kinds of things that you can add in yourself in a smart plan to actually leverage it for your business. So let's go up here to the library. The library back here list off all different kinds of smart plans. I'll go through all these sections with you in just a second, but you do have a search bar up here at the top. And you have some filter options and some sort options. So you can search by smart plan name, author, or description, maybe like what you want it to accomplish. And you also have some filters you can choose. Maybe you're looking for something that's a little short term, just covers the first 3 months. Maybe you want something recurring or something that will even go the entire year that'll keep nurturing your database. Come down a little further just to highlight a couple. You can choose which ones have the highest ratings, which ones have the most downloads, or even touches. Touches are when the contact is actually connected with directly. So a smart plan may have 5 steps in it, but only one touch. And that touch might be the email, or it might be a call reminder for you to reach out to them. The rest might just be tasks for you or automations within the system itself. So, steps and touches are going to be two different things, but touches are how many times that contact is directly connected with. Okay. You can choose those filters and go ahead and see the results if you'd like to. I'm just going to click away to show you what's already listed here for you. You have featured right here at the top. The number in the bubble will show you how many smart plans are currently featured. And you can click the arrows over here to the right to thumb through all 8 of those. Okay. This monthly call plan, quite popular. You get to see how many downloads each smart plan has had. You get a little blurb about what it is. You also can see their rating, how many steps, how long it goes, the duration. So this is 31 days, and how many touches. This one's one. See how they have different numbers of touches for each one. You see the author. You can even view the steps that are within this monthly call plan smart plan by clicking view steps, and it will show you that on day 1, this actually creates a call reminder for you to make a call to that contact, and it repeats every 31 days. So monthly, this will give you a call reminder to call each of the contacts you add to this smart plan. Sounds pretty simple, but it's great leverage to help you know exactly when you come in to do your lead gen in the mornings or whenever you do it, to sit down and just have to go through tasks and not have to hunt for contacts that you need to call for that day. Okay. If you're interested in this one, you can always click add to Smart Plan or add Smart Plan, and it will add it over there to your My Smart Plans tab. That's for featured. Next is Keller Williams. They have 10. Guys, these are ready to go. A lot of times when you jump back here, and you're getting them from an author that you're not familiar with, you need to test them. You need to look through them and make sure that it actually has your information populating and not another agent's. You probably want to put yourself on the smart plan first to test it and make sure you don't see anything going out wonky. But on Keller Williams authored smart plans, the editing is actually limited. There's not much you can change on them because they're just ready to go. They're tried and tested, and they're ready to go. You can see by how many downloads they've each had. These are the ones you can go ahead and comfortably and confidently grab today and go ahead and get started on them. Another thing about these Keller Williams authored plans, Keller Williams is the only ones that have the back end coding on their smart plans to pull the data directly from your command contacts when it comes to birthdays and home anniversaries and neighborhood nurtures. So remember, I was talking about the monthly neighborhood nurture. They do have one that will send it out every other week called the biweekly neighborhood nurture. So if you prefer that, you can always grab this one. But I'm going to scoot over here and show you they have a birthday smart plan right here, monthly neighborhood nurture. And if I scoot on down a little further, they have a home anniversary one right here. These are the only ones coded to pull that exact date, that exact home anniversary, and that exact birth date on your contacts in command. You will find other smart plans back here, guys, that advertise home anniversary or birthday. Please run those smart plans on yourself first because those are not coded properly to pull the exact date. We've seen agents come in here, put their entire database on a birthday smart plan before, and everybody in their whole database got a happy birthday today. So just please test them on yourself first if they are not authored by Keller Williams. Okay. Highly recommend jumping in and grabbing any of these right here. You can add this smart plan by add smart plan. You can adjust the name if you would like, and you can click download, excuse me. You'll get a green banner saying that that smart plan has now been added over here to your My Smart Plans tab. The Promote My App one's pretty great too. Let me slide back over to the left here. For the monthly neighborhood nurture, add smart plan, and you would download it. We already have it in our My Smart Plans, so the download button is grayed out. Just FYI, if you ever see that, that's why. You've already got it in your My Smart Plans. Going on down, you can see top rated. There's 3,200 top rated smart plans to choose from. And if you come down further, it's what's new. There's actually 50 here that have not been rated or have not been downloaded much at all. If you like to pioneer and find out stuff that's cutting on the edge, come down here and find out what's going on. This is the new stuff. You can be one of the first ones to review it and test it out and maybe get something that nobody else is trying at the moment. That's it for the Smart Plans library. Let's jump back over here to My Smart Plans. And I'm going to show you that monthly smart plan, that monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan, and show you how to get folks added onto it. I'm just going to search really quick for monthly because we have 96 smart plans. There we go. So MNN monthly neighborhood nurture right here is the one I was talking about. We currently have it activated because we have a little contact that's on it. And I'm going to choose the pencil to actually jump in and look at what a smart plan looks like. So just to give you some general orientation of what you're looking at, on the left-hand side are the steps that you can build a smart plan with. Remember, I told you it can create a task, it can give you a call reminder, it can send an email for you, it can send a text if you have Twilio. Otherwise, it'll create a text reminder. Or you can even have it automatically add that contact to another smart plan. Like if you have a contact on the monthly neighborhood nurture or excuse me, not on that one. If you have a contact on a smart plan that you've created, like an introduction, hey, this is me, your realtor, here's some free resources, you could add the step of add to smart plan step, and it would automatically add that contact onto the next smart plan, like monthly neighborhood nurture. Okay. On the left hand side, you've got some compliance and best practices and tips and rules. Spend some time checking that out. There's some good stuff in there. In the middle of your page, you're going to be seeing the actual smart plan steps that you are currently building or working on right here. Like you can see, day one for this monthly neighborhood nurture, it sends an email right there. And then it repeats every 31 days so that they get an email every month. On the right hand side, you'll see the details about this particular smart plan. Since this is a Keller Williams authored smart plan, editing is limited, like I told you. It shows you what you cannot change and then also what you can. Okay. So, like, you can change the name to the smart plan. You can also add trigger tags, which is a great time to bring these up for you. Trigger tags. I can add a trigger tag, which is the same as your contacts tag, to this smart plan. And moving forward, any contact that I add that tag to in my database, they'll automatically get started on this smart plan. So I could come and add trigger tags and say any lead moving forward that has the MNN tag added to them, they will automatically get started on this smart plan. So as you're working in your database, you can go ahead and tag contacts and it will instantly trigger this smart plan to start for them. It's pretty handy dandy. You can add up to 10 tags and just add triggers. And now anybody, any contact that has this tag added to them moving forward will have the smart plan added for them. If they are currently in my database right now with that tag already added before the trigger is created, they will not be automatically added. You can manually add them. Okay. I'm going to remove this trigger just so I don't have anything hanging out here automating just for a demo account. Okay, there we go. So right here, remove contact when. These are automatic removal rules. If a contact replies to an email from this smart plan, you can choose to have them automatically removed from this smart plan by that action. Or contact replies to an automated text from this smart plan. I can choose for them to automatically be removed from this smart plan if they do that. Obviously, this will work in some cases, some not. If they reply to a monthly neighborhood nurture, I don't necessarily want them to be removed. I want them to keep getting this smart plan, so I'll leave them unchecked. But you can choose to have both selected or just one or none. And down here, there's another opportunity to add contacts from right here, guys. But again, it's going to be in tiny increments. So I'm going to show you how to bulk add them before we end class. Okay. This is what a smart plan looks like. You can go ahead and save the plan if you made any changes or close it out. There we go. And so now I'm actually going to jump into a custom smart plan, just actually create one from scratch because I want to show you the different steps. It can kind of look a little overwhelming, but it's super easy. So I just want to move through some of the common things with you so that you're super comfortable coming in here if you need to edit an existing smart plan or create your own. Okay. So again, that one was a Keller Williams one. So it was limited on its editability. So if I come up here and jump into create, I can do anything and everything I want to within that smart plan. By the way, that monthly neighborhood nurture that I told you about, the biweekly neighborhood nurture, the birthday smart plan that's KW authored, and that home anniversary smart plan that KW authored. I could speak English really. Um, it's just a mouthful. So any of the KW authored smart plans, basically, they're ready to grab today. You can go ahead in your own account, grab those out of the library and get your contacts added to them today so that you can go ahead and get started. Okay. So for our custom one, we'll hit create. Name it what you want. and create plan. Remember our general layout. My steps are over here. Consider them your building blocks. My plan that I'm actually building is in the middle so that I can see a visual of the days. Technically, it's called a smart plan schedule. And then over here on the right, I have my smart plan details. If I need to come edit the name, if I want to add trigger tags, I can even add a repeat to make this smart plan repeat as many times as I want. And our trigger and remove rules are down here on the right. Now, this starts with day one. Let's say day one, I actually want it to send an email out. So I'm just going to drag and drop that step. Notice my right-hand side, it's still the detail side, but now I'm editing that step that I added. So it's an email. There's two different types of emails you can send within a smart plan. One is simple, is exactly what it means. It's going to be literally just what you type in these blocks. It's not going to have an automatic footer added to it. It won't automatically add your logo to it. It will only be the text that you put in these fields. You would enter your subject line here and your email content here. Now you can edit them a little bit with some of the font options, and you also can add a merge tag. Like if you're going to say hello, add merge tag, contact first name, comma. I wanted to say hello and make sure you've seen my new app. And then you can add a merge tag for KW App Link right there. These merge tags will pull the data directly from your command, whether it's your marketing profile or your app from your command or from the contacts profile in command. Okay, they will pull that data directly. You can also add hyperlinks if you want to add a custom hyperlink like a website or something like that. You can choose what day this actually is sent out and usually the time of day it's sent out. Usually you can do immediately, morning, afternoon, or evening. But since this is our first step on day one, as soon as that contact is added to this plan, making it active, it'll do the first step immediately. So it doesn't let you choose the time of day. Does that make sense? So you're not going to add a contact to a smart plan in the morning, but the email's not going to go out in the evening kind of thing. So it wants to do the first step immediately. So we're grayed out on the time of day. You can add that simple email by clicking add step. I didn't add a subject. There we go. Add step. And now it's going to send out an email that first day. Well, maybe I want the next week for another email to go out. So I'm going to say on day 7 and hit apply. All I did was click the wait, and I can change how many days I want it to wait and click apply. Maybe I want another email to go out. So I'll send email. This time I choose designs. Designs is going to be when you use your design email templates that we talked about earlier, and you can add them right here to the email. This makes them bold, graphic. It will include your automatic header and footer if you have that on your design so that your logo is going out, your contact information is going out, your headshot is going out. So you would just select design and it will show you the current email templates that you've already edited in your command so that you can add them right here. So like your just joined forces piece that you'll have if you got set up by Scott Leroy, we'll just go ahead and grab that email. This is what that email looks like. Notice a lot of broken images and stuff like that. It's okay. If you want to come up here and view preview, it will show you what it will look like once it automatically populates the information. It does have a merge field in it, which will make it personal to the person receiving it. Once you're done reviewing the preview, you can click the X. This is the one we want to use. So I'm going to just hit the X because we're done. It wants me to save I don't want it to save anything in case I accidentally clicked on anything. But for you, when you purposely change stuff, you hit save. And so I added that design to this email. Again, this is a design email in a smart plan. It will send that out. Now I can schedule what time of day I want it to be in. So you can see your options here: early, morning, afternoon, or evening. And you can add that step. We'll say we'll do early morning, so it's in somebody's inbox the first thing when they check their phone in the morning, and add that step. I want to show you the send text option really quick. The create task and the make a call are pretty self-explanatory. I'll drop one over. Let's just add another task on day one here. You can see it looks just like if you're trying to create a task within your command so that you can see those dates or those fields, excuse me. So you name it, add a description. You can help yourself out and add merge tags to it if you need to have like the contact's first name. Maybe you need to have their phone number or their email in this task so that you'll know you'll have the contact information right there to complete the task. And you can schedule it out for when you want to. But go ahead and choose that if you want to create a task. These are going to be kind of duplicated. And what I mean by that is the create a task and the call, the make a call reminder are going to essentially be the same field. So I'm not going to spend much time showing you that. So I'm going to remove that make a call, but I do want to show you the send text. This is one that's pretty different. Just drag and drop that step. Over here on the right, it says send an automated text. Now remember, we don't have Twilio attached or set up, so it's not going to send it. It will actually create a a text task for us. But if I did have Twilio connected, I could actually send an automated text through a smart plan, and there's two different types. One is static, which means anything I enter here and it will hold text. It will do the merge tags for you if you want. We could say hello. And you can add emojis if you want. But static means that when this contact moves through this smart plan, if they move through it 5, 6, 10 times, every single time they go through this smart plan, they will get this same text every time. Okay. That's what static means. But I have a dynamic option. That means I can add up to 6 different text messages, and every single time that contact cycles through this smart plan, they will get a different text from me. Every single time it will be different, and you can add again up to 6 different messages right here within this plan. That's pretty great. I like that in this day and age of everything being robotic, this gives you that little personal edge so that you won't come off so automated. So definitely keep that in mind. Again, big perks for getting that Twilio account, but it's 100% optional. You don't have to have it. You can always create a text task instead and enter this information. It's going to look just like our create a task or our make a call field. Okay. Going to cancel that out since we're not going to add the text. And over here, last but not least, add to a smart plan. You can drag and drop. Right here, it'll ask you which smart plan do you want to add them to. Maybe you want to add them to the birthday one. So you add my birthday, and you want that to happen on day 9 in the evening. And then add that step right here. That's how you build a custom smart plan. You can rearrange these as you like. You can add that repeat at the bottom to say, okay, I want this plan to repeat every 91 days. So every quarter, my contacts will roll through this smart plan, and I want it to repeat an unlimited number of times. And once you're done and you've created that smart plan, you can save it. And now you can add your contacts to it. Remember, I told you that you can add contacts right here within the smart plan itself. I'm going to click X. You can add smart or add contacts right here in the Smart Plan tab if you want, but I actually want to show you how to do it from the Contacts tab because this is where you can add them in increments up to 500 at a time. Use your filters as you need to. Okay, remember you can go and filter for tags. So if we come here, we can look up for the tag and we had created that super long one, right? Monthly neighborhood. There it is, monthly neighborhood nurture. So I can click that tag and hit apply. We have other filters set, so yours may look a little different. But once you're viewing the contacts you want to add to the Smart Plan, remember to show up to 500 per page, select all, and from your action menu, add to a Smart Plan. Choose the Smart Plan over here that you want to add them to. If you need a reminder, you can always click that arrow just to see the steps in it and say, okay, yep, that's the one I was thinking about. Hit select, and now you're going to have options. There's usually a third option that is not currently showing here because I only have one contact selected. But if you're selecting up to, just multiple or large number of contacts, you'll actually see a third option. The first is start now. That means immediately that step one in this Smart Plan is going to go to work and start working right now. Start on a specific date and you can schedule it out. Just choose the date on the calendar. And that third date, third option that's not showing right now actually lets you stagger your contacts. So if you're adding like 500 contacts, you could stagger them out to only do like 25 a day. And over the next couple of days, it would gradually add those contacts to the Smart Plan. This is genius, especially when you have like those quarterly call plan Smart Plans. You do not want to come in one morning to work and have, 1,000 call reminders due on that one day, right? So just use this wisely. There is a stagger option. You would see it down here underneath the second option. When you've chosen the option you want, just hit the disclaimer saying that you've read the TCPA Act and you can confirm. And that will add those contacts to that Smart Plan. And that's it, guys. That's for our class. I apologize. I'm 2 minutes over. If you're here with me live, drop those questions in the chat. I'm going to stay and help get those answered for you. I'll go back through and grab the ones that didn't get answered so far. If you're watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.